It's about being a servant. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a God unless you serve. That's what God does. That's why we're here. What?
No, Mama Heru. I didn't think this would. I didn't see this coming. I didn't. I mean, I did, but
You
I
did?
didn't.
You didn't?
I did, but I didn't see this coming. I'm like, huh, it'd be kind of cool to talk to Heru's mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying.
You said it.
Yeah.
You spoke it into existence. And that's what we are now. We have the power. You know, you spoke it into existence. And here we are. Because you said it. I know, you said it. So we here. What? Join this badass prana. Prana. I'm sorry.
This is the internet, so you can do whatever you want.
This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. Okay.
So, what started you? It all. I feel like for me, there was
Okay.
a question that I didn't get answered.
Right.
When it came to like the whole awakening thing.
Right.
Just evolving like we were talking about before. Like,
Mhm.
what was the question that you had that kind of like started you? If that was a question, or was there an incident with somebody? They gave you something insufficient. It was just like you rejected it.
It's funny you should say that because now that I think back, the first thing that triggered me in regards to waking me up, I was at work and this young lady was in another office and I was passing through her office and some type of way religion came up. And I asked her, I said, yeah. She said, I noticed you read your Bible a lot. And I said, yeah. And she said, why do you read your Bible? I said, because I've been told and taught that you're supposed to read every day. This is what God wants you to do. And she said, don't you know? I said, what? She said, the Bible is for the ignorant. Oh, like that pierced my heart. Oh, that went deep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, yeah. She said, you don't need the Bible. That's for the people who don't know God, right? And so that first triggered it. Then the second time, I was walking across USC campus, and there was a young man sitting near a fountain. And I asked him, I said, and I did it because we were taught to witness. And I asked him, I said, do you know Jesus, right? And he said, yeah, I know him. He died a long time ago. Oh, that was another dagger in my chest. I said, I was like this. I said, how can he say this, right?
Was he also a brother? Like
he was a brother.
So yeah, that's always a different thing. That's always.
Thank you.
I know for me as a kid,
yeah.
When I saw black people, like I didn't meet my first, and I didn't meet my first atheist, which I don't believe in. Obviously, I feel like people get so rejected because of what the Bible has taught them, or maybe whatever religion they were born into has taught them, that they just like, there's no God, it's that and the other. It's a nasty taste in their mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that that stabbed me, you know. And then after that, I guess that stabbing in my heart was really a piercing, putting that little, you know, opening there. And it kept opening and opening. And then I noticed that, you know, by going to church, I saw people begging and pleading Jesus to save them, begging and asking Jesus to heal them. And like it wasn't happening. And I couldn't figure out why it wasn't happening. Because they were saying in the Bible, he was telling this guy to take up that bed and walk and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't see it happening in the church like that. You know, like people would comment and say, oh, God healed me of high blood pressure. It was always the things that you really couldn't see, so they say. I want to see someone's leg grow out, you know. I want to see someone that, say for instance, their arm was broken and then mend back together. I want to see something outside happen with this invisible force. And I wasn't seeing that. And I remember them pushing people up on the bed, on this flat bed that were paralyzed and couldn't walk. And then people started praying and praying and praying. And they left the church still on this bed. I said, so what kind of God this is? What is going on? I saw people in wheelchairs, leaving in wheelchairs still. Then when I did see people getting out of the wheelchair. It was a hoax. They made it up.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a bummer.
Yeah.
You know, like Benny Hinn was one of those people. They found out he was doing stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know.
There's a lot of folks that still follow him, even though, all the stuff that's come out about him, everything that's in court.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. That was happening, and people coming out saying, "Oh, I have sinned, and you guys please forgive me." The homosexuality and da da da, all this going on, and nothing against that with me because people got to live their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't get in a pulpit and preach against that, like God is going to curse you or something.
Right.
And come to find out behind the doors,
exactly.
you in the same boat.
Out there doing the same mess.
You see, the same. So then I begin to see if you're in the flesh and I'm in the flesh, what makes you different than me? So you're dealing with the same mental warfare that I'm dealing with. So who chose you? How did God choose you to tell me what I should and should not do when you just like me?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. We're all human at the end of the day. And
yes.
If you want to live that righteous life, and that's outside of any formed religion,
yeah.
if you want to live that righteous life, then you do it. And if you want to sit there in front of people, then you need to admonish yourself and put yourself, to bear just as much as those people coming up asking for forgiveness. Walk down those steps.
Okay.
Kneel with them.
Okay.
And ask God for forgiveness.
Exactly.
Well.
Exactly. And they said we were born into a world of sin. I found that not to be true the way they made it. We were born into a world of skin. We were born into a world of flesh. You can never satisfy the flesh. It always want. Want. You know what I'm saying? And we give it what it want because we have not discovered who we are yet.
Yeah.
And to know thyself, that's when you begin to discover. So when I know my problems and when I'm fighting against or whatever, and I look at you and say, you're going through something, I'm not going to push you down. I'm going to say, come on, Stephen. You can do it. Come on. I know. Give me a, come on. You don't know what I've done. I said, it doesn't matter because there's sun out there shining you every day. You see? And that's when I begin to see even more so about how the Bible was set up through my research. And the last kicker, what really threw me was when I saw so many churches all over the world. And the world was in the same situation mentally. We're still black against white, Asian against, Africans and all this. I'm like, then what kind of God are we really serving? Because I don't see the love. I don't see the love. I just didn't see the love. So I had the Matthew's commentary, all these books, and I'm studying so hard, until my higher self opened up. And that's in one of my videos, I said that the Bible just went like, in my mental, it just opened up and said, what you're looking for is not in this book. That's their story. Now you have a story. Now, after being in the church for so many years, I cried and I cried and I cried. I said, so all this time, I've listened to other people testimonies on YouTube, how they awakened. And a lot of them were the same way. They were like, are you serious? And you have to have a strong mind to believe that. Not even believe it, knowing it and going on with that.
Yeah.
Because people are going to go against you.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
You'll find people that are having their awakening and they completely reject it.
Yes.
And they just choose to go back to it. And it's kind of like the movie The Matrix.
Yes.
When Neo wakes up and then he realizes where he's at and who the world really is.
Yeah.
And then the one guy toward the end, he's like, I don't want to keep struggling.
Yes.
I don't want to know the truth anymore. I just want to go back into it. But I feel like if I chose that for myself, the turmoil would be even worse.
Yes.
Because then I'm choosing to perpetuate a lie
for
myself.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
That's hell to me.
It is.
That is what the definition of hell is to me. 'Cause I couldn't.
Steve, go. You go. That's it. That is so true. That is so true. What they say, I mean, it's like, as above, up here, so below. And at one time I was looking at something, I was talking to my daughter. I said, you know what, Aretha? We have two brains. If you look up here and how it's made, and look at your gut and how it's made, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And this speaks below,
Yeah.
you know. So when you were born, you came from below. You came through your mother and your parent. This happened down here. This is below. From your navel, down is below. Okay, now you're learning how to think with above.
Yeah.
This is your heaven.
Yeah.
And how you perceive things.
Yeah.
And then it controls down here below.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even in science, even now, and it's funny that, like, I feel like, well, not I feel like, but I know that the older, like, Kemetic societies, societies, Sudan and West Africa, they knew, like, the stomach was like a second brain, which is very important for you as far as, like, what you put in your body. And then now, you know, in science, they're like, oh, you know, your stomach's like your second brain. It's like, yeah, because if you're eating and ingesting all these foods,
Exactly.
they're adjusting your mood, just like if you were to drink alcohol, like it would adjust your mood.
Steve.
So if you did cocaine or whatever drug.
You go,
of
Steve.
choice.
You go, Steve. You go.
You know, it affects your mood and who you are.
Yes, it does.
So, like, it can be heaven or hell.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's up to you. It is a choice. Heaven
Yes.
or hell for you is a choice. Now, I can understand if you, like, a kid suffering in some
Got you.
some situation,
Yeah.
like that is a physical hell. But if your mind is strong and you're able and your spirit is strong,
Yeah.
and you know yourself, then you can keep going.
You can keep going. You can keep going. That is so true. You just saw it. Oh, you trying to get me really started. You see? It was supposed to. It was supposed to. Yeah. So, and it's funny. Even with my kids, as I begin to awaken, they would tell you, I didn't keep it back from them. Like there are some ministers that has had that awakening too, somewhat, and because of the amount of people that come to their church, the amount of money they receive, and what they have taught them, they believe in so much until they won't tell the congregation because they don't want to look like they didn't really screw up, but they have been misled too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think people are looking for somebody to blame. But
Yes.
I think if you, we've been, and I was having this conversation with my lady the other day, and we were talking about how it is a very emotional conversation to have with people.
Yes.
Because they self-identify from it.
Yes.
And at the same time, the question I was putting forward, and I'm learning how to have a more amicable conversation with you. Like, all right, so how do I phrase this so I don't get you too upset? Like, is there a Christianity without slavery for black people? For African people, is there Christianity? And the answer is really no. And you can be then like, oh, well, you know, there's missionaries in Africa, and yet the population, like, okay. But you got to think of colonization.
Yeah.
Like all the things that came, and then you start looking around the world. Like, the spread of Catholicism. You go to places like in the Marianas, like in the Philippines, Guam, all these other places. It's like these people had God.
Yeah.
Like they worshiped their own God. They had their own.
They did.
system.
They did. They sure did.
And you look at them now, post Catholicism, and not just say Catholicism is on a region, but it's like under the guise of promoting Western civilization.
Right.
Like that's the flag they wave.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's like even Christianity itself is a copy of the original system of Asar, Set, and Heru. Like
Exactly.
that's where it all comes from.
Exactly. Because I think what we don't look at is, what the society doesn't look at is, everything that we read from every, let's see, from every class of people, from every, let's see, the Chinese, the Mexicans, whatever, all out there, they were going by what their ancestors taught them. And their ancestor was too just trying to figure out, how do we get here? You know, like our ancestors, like writing on the walls and all of this, right? And all the artifacts they left behind with Heru and all that, right? They too was trying to discover how are we here? What are we all about? So they started to study the skies. You know, they studied the animals, they studied the flowers. You know, they were studying all types of things too to figure out how we got here. I don't think we really know. We know about atoms, you know, scientists told us this, and still we're talking about what scientists told us, right?
Right.
So we're just repeating, we're still repeating. What is Heru doing?
I'm trying to fix it.
I'm sitting on this right here, honey. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
sit
sitting
right
to
here.
keep the wind blowing. All right, that's right there. Yeah. Everybody's looking for the answer.
Right.
Everybody's looking. And even, it's funny because my daughter and I was talking about the kundalini and the oil,
Yeah.
right? And it's so funny because we discovered, these flies, we discovered that from other people's research and from their theory, they're saying that that's this oil
Mm.
that's trapped in the coccyx,
Okay.
okay, of the very bottom of the spine.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the oil is called Christos.
Okay. Okay.
That was deep to me.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
was deep. That
Yeah.
was deep. It's called Christos.
Yeah.
And based on how we're loving ourselves, how we're loving others, how we're treating our body, how we're feeding our body, where our mind is,
Yeah.
this oil, which is called Christos, if you look it up,
Yeah.
it begins to rise from the coccyx and comes up the spine. And as we continue to evolve and find out knowing who we are, as to go up that spine all the way up to the top, all the way to the pineal gland.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like that fire go bam. It's like going on a freaking trip.
And that's that kundalini.
Come on
fire
now.
that they talk about.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So then my daughter said, well, you know, Mom, if you really look at them, we all Christians. Not what the
But
church.
not in the way.
Yeah, not that
Yeah.
way.
Because even in, I mean, you find the word the Christ or Christos.
Yeah.
In the earliest before.
You do.
Before religion.
You
And
do.
It's supposed to be a mindset, a
Yes.
spiritual set
Yes.
for you to achieve to.
Yes, but they
And
made it a human, didn't they?
They humanize it.
Yes.
They anthropomorphize it to a man.
Yes, they did.
Which was never supposed to actually
No,
be a person.
never, never. And you know, I tell you, this is the weirdest thing that happened to me. I was telling my son that a woman that I've known for years, we worked at the same university and everything, she saw one of my videos, she called me, we talked. And she said to me, now she's this organized Christian, let's put it that way, the organized Christian. She said, I can't be your friend anymore. This just happened to me last week. And I said, seriously? And she said, I can't be your friend. I said, but why? She said, because you don't believe in Jesus. I said, but did I tell you not to believe in Jesus? I'm like, she said, no. She said, you can't pray for me because you don't believe in Jesus. And she said, I'll pray for you, but you can't pray for me. And she said, the bottom line is, get this.
Okay.
She said, you are the Antichrist.
Oh, okay.
I said, and you know, Steve, it's funny. My heart didn't even move.
Yeah.
It didn't even move.
Yeah.
I just said, okay, you sure that's what you want? And she said, yes, adamantly. And I said, I love you. I said, I've loved you and I'll always love you. And she said, okay, bye. But yet, she was the Christian.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because it's like you're supposed to be taught as a Christian, someone who follows Christ.
Right.
You're supposed to pray for you, pray for everybody.
Yes.
And Jesus wasn't saving people who already were saved.
No.
So,
No.
I mean, he was in the whorehouses. He was in the casino. He was in all the places where good Christians aren't supposed to.
Tell the story. Tell the story. Tell the story.
You can't save people who are already in the church.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's not what you're supposed to be.
No.
You're supposed to be out in the gully teaching people.
Yes.
And if we go back far enough, you're supposed to be teaching them how to love themselves.
Oh.
Know themselves.
Yes. It's true. It's true. It's true. And that's the way I saw it. I had people been calling me. There was another minister called me. He said, what's going on with you? I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm surprised at you because when you were in the church, God would use you in all kind of ways. You have the gifts and blah, blah, blah. So I still have gifts. Yeah. We all have them. Yeah. We came here with them, And so, and he was like, well, they not, then they see you demons and you demonic and you need to be careful and all this. But you know what? My love is so still there. I love now and understand myself better now than I ever have.
Oh, yeah.
Than when I was in that organized prison.
It's just this like God, the concept of God seems to be like people want to trademark God.
Yeah.
Like they want to put
Yeah.
God in this little box and make
Yeah.
God as petty as they are.
Exactly.
And like I don't want to serve any God like that.
No.
If that's
No.
how, if we're really going to do this organized
Right.
religion thing,
Yeah.
like that's a small God. That seems like that's a very iffy
It's
deity
true.
to be following behind.
It's true.
And I mean
It's
that's
true.
not just Christianity. I know we've been talking about Christianity this whole time because I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we were brought up in.
Exactly.
But that's same thing with Islam, same thing with Judaism, and even still, like they're all worshiping the same God. Technically, if Abraham is the father of all y'all religions, then y'all are kids, in a sense, fighting over your father's inheritance.
Yes. It's true. It's true. I know it's this guy. I was surprised when I saw this guy named, his name is Dr. Ray Hagan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. This guy, just like another guy named Bill Donahue, they took the Bible and broke it down and mashed it up with the organs in your body.
Yeah.
Abraham, Adam, and Eve, and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is freaking deep.
Yeah.
It is so. Then when that began to happen too, I'm like, wow, we are so on the right track.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny because I remember there was a scripture in there that talked about, well, they said Jesus came, because the Jews don't believe in the Jesus, right? And so, Jesus was supposed to come to bring peace. And Jesus said in the story, no, I didn't come to bring peace. I came to divide. He said mothers against daughters, fathers against sons. And when I remember reading that scripture when I was in the church, I didn't understand, what are you talking about? He was talking about this, what's going on right now. Because he knew in the story, whoever wrote it, that people were going to begin to wake up even more so.
Yeah.
Every generation of people are waking up. And so the people that were in the organized religion and begin to wake up, now they're saying, oh, Mom, I don't believe in that anymore. I think my spirit's telling me this is what that meant. And some people have been put out of their homes, put out of their villages, because they woke up. And that's what that was talking about. I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
This is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of power to it. I think that's what a lot of folks are afraid of. They start to lose their ability to just inflict their will onto somebody else to determine like their reality.
Exactly.
You can't determine their reality for them. You can't control that person.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you cannot at all. So I think that's why for a lot, even in like a lot of divinity schools, they teach all of this. They teach that all of these symbols, the iconography,
yes,
the
they do.
cross, like,
Yeah.
all these things came from Kemet. They came from Egypt. They came. You can just go there right now and see them on the temple
Exactly.
walls. You can
Exactly.
see the entire story. You can see the flooding of the Nile story as being when the world flooded.
You know?
And it's all there. It all exists for thousands of years before this Jesus person was supposed to exist.
Exactly.
And do all these works.
Exactly. So it's a beautiful thing to me, and we're still learning.
Yeah.
You know, and we're forever still learning. And it's like we used to be so afraid of death, and then who was Einstein was talking about E equals MC.
Yeah, for energy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we're all energy.
Yeah.
We're all so much energy. So you realize when you go to a men's restroom, okay, and like a lot of restrooms now, you don't have to use the knobs anymore.
Yeah.
What do? You wave your hand. You wave your hand. When you go get the paper towels, what do? You wave your hand. And they talking about being afraid of getting chipped. We already chipped. You know, we've been chipped. These things are so small now. You breathe them in.
Yeah, that's the new thing they talk about.
You
now.
see,
Yeah,
even in our
the
food.
nano, yeah.
The nano. Then now they talking about neutrino.
Yeah.
Come from the sun. I mean, all this, and they saying that neutrino moves faster than light. Some saying it moves faster than light. Some say it's not. Once again, it's all this research. They say it's going through us all the time, and they can't stop it.
Right.
You know. So I'm like, wow. So another thing, when they was talking about, I talked to my friend. I said, so, what do you think the Bible meant? This is deep. What do you think the Bible meant when he said that, in my Father's house, there are many mansions? If it was not so, I would have told you. I said, you think he's talking about physical beings? I mean, physical buildings? No. He's talking about dimensions of the mind. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you wake up, the higher you go.
Right.
You know, and you keep on, you just like, I think there was one guy, I think it was Esau? or Enoch, that just like he became so high until he just disappeared. That's how, I mean, he went that high, he just vanished. They say he just rolled off and just
We're
gone.
not talking about reefer smoke. We're talking about spirituality. But it's interesting when you started talking about the pineal gland earlier.
Yeah.
People don't even know like what that really means, and like all the deep mystery and iconography that goes with it.
I didn't know.
It's
It's there. I'm looking at the brain yesterday on YouTube. This lady had a live brain. This person had just died for cancer. Did you see that?
That was so interesting.
Wasn't it? I must have watched it 3 or 4 times. I kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it, and they was holding it, and then she said that, you know, even if she hold it for a certain period of time, that it began to conform to her hand and all that, and then she went inside, and she was showing the pituitary glands and all that, and the cerebellum and all that, and I'm like, wow, and the connection. But you know what's funny though? This is the weird thing. As I watched it, this is all flesh. So that tells you we are not the flesh. Because this flesh is just laying there. It can't move without you. That spark, that light, that energy. Just like your car out there. That car is going to sit there until Steve go out there and start up and move it. That car will fall apart if Steve don't take care of it. You see what I'm saying? So this vehicle, this avatar that I'm looking at, you know, is ran by this spark of light of God that's in you. That's you. You're running it. And so you're the controller.
I feel like that's why now going deeper into the journey, it's like my physical, people can see me, and based on whatever society or culture has told them to think about somebody who looks like me or like
me.
It doesn't even matter to me. It doesn't faze me anymore. Like, if we're not talking about the spiritual, we're not talking about growing. We're not talking about being plants and watering each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
So about watering each other, then it's just like, what are we talking about? I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about football. I'm not that dude.
You're not.
Don't let this fool you. That's not who I am.
You see? Exactly. Oh, I so feel you. And you know, it's funny, and when you come across someone else that's in their awakening state, and they'll say something to you, and it's just like you're home almost, like, oh, whoa, you too? You know, blah, 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 blah.
I'm like, man, I wish people were so adamant about, you know, any type of sports or TV show as they should be about their spiritual side.
Exactly.
So many people walking around here living a life, quote unquote, existing, but not actually really here.
Exactly. It's true.
Like they are like and I was saying this the other day, like when you're playing like certain video games, there are characters that just are there. They just exist. They're background characters.
Exactly.
As you are the main character rolling through your life. And I think going through the awakening, I felt like at some point in time I was a background character. When that happened, when that pop happened, and
of course.
Like, all right, here you go. I felt like God came down and was like, here you go, son. This is you.
See?
Here's the keys. Here's the
you see, there you go.
There you go. Now every choice you make is yours.
It's yours.
This has been fun. This is real fun. This is so much fun. I didn't realize I knew it was gonna be good, but this has been so much fun. But I guess kind of to backtrack again. Last time, whatever. But you started talking about the pineal gland. Just kind of go back to that. It's interesting that just the amount of information about it is just gone. Well, at least it didn't. I guess modern science for a long time wasn't even on board with it because, you know, people call it the God's eye and all this other stuff, and it's existed through, you know, multiple civilizations. And just now recently they're talking about how it is developing, or I should say producing, your neuromelanin, which is the same stuff that's in the universe. They talk about these dark matter and dark energy. Like that's what that is. That is like the same crystalline, like neuromelanin exists. The in the universe. 95%
Right.
of the universe is all this dark matter and dark.
Exactly.
All this potential energy.
It's it's funny. What's going on in the conscious society now is that it seems to be this war going on about melanin versus carbon. And I don't know if you ever heard of Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sebi would talk about the fact that he said, melanin, what is that? He said he got a chance, I think he got a chance to talk to Frances Weston,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And he asked her, they were talking about this, and she said, she was also talking about melanin, and he was like, what is that? Dr. Francis.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about what is it? And she regurgitated to him what she had been taught by the European in the medical schools.
Right.
And he said he was kind of disappointed about that. He said because he didn't believe of such. He said that because they were saying that melanin was what made us black.
Yeah, the pigment in our skin.
Right. Now, then I heard that they were saying there was some doctors, some scientists were saying that, whoa. Some scientists were saying that they saw some signs that it could have had something to do with color. And they said that we were melanated people, right? Because I think from what they're saying, we're not scientists. We're just going on what they're saying.
Right.
And things are still being evolving, still learning. That they were saying that, well, we have more of the melanin and blah, 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 blah. But Dr. Sable was calling it carbon.
Right.
So carbon is the sixth element.
Right.
Right? And the carbon is black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And carbon is an atom.
Yeah.
Right? And it's all over the freaking universe. Yeah. It's everywhere.
The sun.
Yes.
We are carbon-based life.
Yeah. All this. He was talking about the protons, neutrons, and electrons. Yeah. He was talking about all of that, right? So now, when he said that, a lot of the other conscious, so they call themselves leaders, but okay, will say, oh no, he doesn't know what he's talking about, blah, 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 blah. But Dr. Say was out there healing people. Yeah. With these herb stuff he was putting together. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Africa was another guy. Yeah. Dr. Africa has some kind of qualms against Dr. Sebi too. Yeah. And that really kind of bothered me because I know new levels, new devils as we call it, new challenges, you know what I'm saying? I just saw we're waking up, you know what I'm saying? We're waking up, then we're waking up and we still arguing. Right. It does something to my pineal gland. Yeah. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. You're all on YouTube arguing against each other. You so-called melanin or carbonated people. Yeah. The fact remains is you have color. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I think now, even European universities, they'll sit there and they'll study it as far as for them because the lack of dermal melanin in their skin is why they can't really go outside.
Exactly. Right. And that's why you need the sunscreen.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, your dermal melanin, depending on how much you have, and then and that's the whole you'll see folks talk about it, light skin, dark skin debate.
Yes.
There's U melanin, there's pheo melanin, and there's another one I think that I'm forgetting right now. But the U melanin is that reddish, that light brown to dark. And it's irrespective. It doesn't matter what the actual the hue is. Right. It's the same type of stuff.
Exactly.
And that crap is just from leftover stuff from slavery. That's how you pick the divisive stuff to put a hierarchy.
Yes.
Oh, you're better, and you'll still see leftovers from that in Asia. And throughout Asia, all the countries, Southeast Asia, India, all those places. You see it in the islands, in the Caribbean. You got folks lightening their skin.
Yes, we do.
What's his name? Sammy Sosa. You seen him? The Pink Panther. Yeah. It's terrible. That's psychological.
You see?
That's psychological warfare. He's been conditioned psychologically to hate himself, to hate his own flesh.
That's horrible.
The only skin he can get. Now he can't go outside like he's supposed to, or he can't.
You see?
It's gonna get the skin's gonna get even more damaged. Why would you do that to yourself?
See, because they don't know thyself.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? All this bickering, all this arguing, all this not getting along, and all these challenges, all these debates. I don't have time for that. I'm not here for that. You know, this guy, he's gone away now. What was his name? The one that said, "Can we all just get along?"
Oh, gosh. I know you're talking about.
I know. I couldn't believe it slipped my mind. What's this guy? He said, "Can we just get along?" It'll come to us. Can we get? I'm like, what is all of this? So my thing is, and they call me, and this is another thing, master teachers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Master teachers, if you were truly a master teacher, you won't be here either. You mastered it, but then where did God come? Where did the universe come from? You know what I'm saying? And you charging people? I know you need money to run utilities and all this type of stuff. I got that. I got that. But some people want way out there.
Oh yeah, if they're out there like, oh yeah, donate to this so that we can, do the research, and you now live in Beverly Hills.
You know what I'm saying? What happened to us? What happened to me?
Separated from folks.
Yeah.
I kind of get it in a sense because people think you got a bunch of money.
You know.
At the same time, you can still be in the trenches.
What about the people living off the grid? We got people living off the grid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can be done. It hardens me. When I go to the grocery store, I pass people going to the grocery store that's begging for money. They need something to eat. And then I go into a building where we have took what the Creator have given us off the trees, the apples, the oranges, the bananas, and put it in a storage place and charged you for it when the Creator gave it to us for free.
Yeah. And then the even sadder part from that is that a lot of that produce is going to sit there.
Yes, it is. And it's thrown away. It's thrown away. So, Dr. Phil Valentine.
Yeah.
I studied all of them.
Yeah.
The university. Mm-hmm. Forcing people, Kundalini, to open. That's why you got a lot of crazy people walking around here. Yeah. Let me tell you why. It takes time. Yeah. You've been living on this planet all this time and built in all these negativities. All these belief systems. Now all of a sudden I go out over to India somewhere and I take this ayahuasca. All right, bam, I'm open. Right. Now some people can take it, and it helps them because they were ready.
They were ready. And then I feel like a lot of those people, they came to a point in their life when they just had a lot of turmoil.
Yes,
and
yes.
It's just like, I need a breakthrough.
Yes,
I need something.
Got you.
Like that's that route for them.
Yes.
Get to that point where it's like
exactly.
They can't take anymore. They need an answer.
I got that.
Somebody brings it to them.
Come on now, right. I got it. But I can't look at Steve and I'm like, oh, I like the way his life is going. I like the way he's living. You know what? I'm one of these people that I want to try it. I just want to try it. I just want to try it. But I got all this luggage on the inside of me, this hatred that you never dealt with. Yeah. Now, if it opens. And now I'm here and I'm there and I'm like, oh, wow, look, oh, my God. And then you're going to be one of the people walking down there on Skid Row doing like this. Pulling things out the sky and nobody see it but you. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people they put in the insane asylum. Yeah. Because you have to be ready for it. It's no joke. Yeah. It's no joke. You have to be ready to deal with those levels of energy. And we're not. A lot of people are not.
Yeah. It's, reading on the subject, like, your ego is gone. Like, people think that it's a lot of just,
wow.
Like, it's going to be like alcohol. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to drink it.
Yeah.
If I drink too much, I kind of throw up. And the other. Like,
no.
There's no, I'd like to get off of this exit.
No.
Raise your hand.
No.
Like,
there's no going back.
Can I get a break? No. You are there.
There's no going back. There's no going back. I'm telling you. I know. There's no. You just. It's like. See, it's like getting on that roller coaster. Once they pull that level.
Yeah. Oh, I want to get off. Too bad.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.